Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Soccer Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Fairway, along with Nabisco, Frito-Lay, and Sara Lee, is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Soccer Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
For state championship soccer. Iowa Public Television is here in Des Moines, the capital city, for 3 title games today here at the Cownie Soccer Park Complex. Up first, the Class 1A state title game, as it's going to be Center Point-Urbana taking on the Davenport Assumption Knights. Hi again, everyone, with Justin Borster. I'm BJ Shaven, and Justin, 3 titles going to be awarded today, and in the 1A title game, this is going to be something special.
Well, I'll tell you what, BJ, we're in for a matchup today. Assumption play a 4-4-2. They're very direct in the style they play. They just like to get it, hit it over the top for their 2 forwards to run onto. Center Point play a slightly different game in a 4-2 holding midfield 3-1 formation with 1 up front, and they just look to try and play it into feet and build up offer and get it into wide positions.
Well, let's take a look at the resume for Center Point-Urbana. In this team, well, they're making their first ever state championship appearance, their 5th trip to state in the last 7 years. They're returning 8 starters from a year ago. You know, 3 of their 4 losses were to state tournament qualifiers. And Justin, you really like their freshman, Adriana Ketcher.
Well, Adriana Ketcher has been very, very impressive over these last couple of days. I got to watch her yesterday. She scored the winner in a phenomenal game. It was end-to-end. Ketcher has the number 10 that comes in underneath her, higher up the field, that's able to combine with her to get the ball back in space with her runs.
You know, you've got Death, Taxes, and Davenport Assumption in the state championship game in girls soccer. Look at this. Defending 1A title winners, 15th trip to state, 11 straight. They do have 7 state titles. They've never lost in the championship game. They have 7 starters back from a year ago, including 3 all-tournament team members, and one of those is their outstanding junior, Molly Gervas.
Well, Gervas is back. And they've had this experience coming into this game with 15 straight state appearances. Gervas is fantastic up front, playing a 4-4-2, but she likes the ball in behind. Gervas has got some pace on her. She looks to get it at feet and then spin out, and they look to break clear. This could go any way. She could score the winner.
Well, the wind is blowing straight out of the south. We'll get to that in a moment, but now let's go to public address announcer Al Hilton for the Golden Plaque presentation.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's Golden Plaque of Distinction Award honors the Iowa coach who has demonstrated a successful career while making notable contributions towards school, community, and the coaching profession. Presenting the Golden Plaque Award is IGHSAU Executive Director Gene Berger with Soccer Administrator Jason Esslinger. The 2017 Golden Plaque of Distinction recipient in soccer is Barb Gilo of Denver. Barb was a driving force in the start of high school soccer programs at Denver. She was also involved in the development of the Denver Sports Complex, which houses 2 soccer fields. Barb coached the Cyclone girls soccer team for 13 seasons and recorded a career record of 147 and 69. She led the Cyclones to a state tournament appearance in 2013, while 6 other teams reached the regional finals. She was a two-time Class 1A District Coach of the Year selection. 22 Denver players were named as All-State selections, while 84 Cyclones were named Academic All-Conference in her tenure. Barb served a term on the IGHSAU Soccer Advisory Committee and has been active in the Iowa Girls Coaches Association. She retired from coaching in 2016, but continues to assist the soccer program, which is now led by daughters Jackie and Emily. Barb and husband West have one son, Adam, and three daughters, Jackie, Rachel, and Emily, along with two grandchildren, Otis and Anna. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the 2017 IGHSAU Golden Plaque of Distinction recipient in soccer from Denver, Barb Gilo. Now, let's meet the teams competing for the 1A state championship. The visiting team will be the Center Point-Urbana Storm Pointers. Reserves for Center Point-Urbana, Megan Sherman, number 2. Number 8, Haley Johnson. Number 11, Victoria Halder. Number 21, Blasey Whitehead. Number 22, Katie Pfeiffer. Number 24, Lauren Whitney. Number 25, Callie Feasley. Number 27, Carly Foltz. Number 30, Danica Heffernan. Number 31, Emily Brunko. And number 34, Mercedes Pulvermacher. Assistant coaches are Steve Dickinson and Andy Wooldridge. Associate head coaches are Todd Mitchell and Rich Plant. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Storm Pointers. Number 1, Alexa Brooker. Number 3, Alexa Collar. Number 5, Riley Conway. Number 7, Lauren Defoe. Number 10, Jordan Van Voors. Number 28, Abby Weideman. Number 33, Madison Van Voors. Number 38, Reagan Defoe. Number 39, Sydney Bavers. Number 40, AJ Catcher. And number 46, Allie Wooldridge. The home team is the Davenport Assumption Knights. Reserves for Assumption, number 0, Danny Howman. Number 3, Anna Passell. Number 4, Kylie Holzbrink. Number 6, Caitlin Ballinger. Number 10, Ellie Ivanick. Number 13, Ellie Bolt. Number 18, Kaylee Shriver. And number 22, Sophia Kirsten. Assistant coach for the Knights is David Sell, and the head coach is Elizabeth Moss. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Knights. Number 1, Anna Vonderhaar. Number 2, Sully Kelly. Number 5, Molly Gervas. Number 8, Annie Argo. Number 9, Carly King. Number 12, Lauren Herrig. Number 15, Bridget Poster. Number 17, Shelley Moore. Number 20, Liz Fenley. Number 21, Libby Lansing. And number 23, Abby Klosterman. Your referee is Ray Schwichtenberg. First assistant is Tyler Eason. Second assistant is Jamie James. The fourth official is Rod Doherty. Good luck to both teams, and let's play championship soccer.
Should be a lot of fun. It's Davenport Assumption, your top overall seed, coming in at 18-2, taking on the 6th-seeded Center Point-Urbana Stormin' Pointers, who really stormed right through the competition. 17-4, number 6, but they're going to have to deal with some heat. Right now, 80 degrees. There is that, well, just a gusty south wind, and it's very hot down on the field. And Justin, how do you manage all the conditions here today as a coach?
I'll tell you what, BJ, hopefully they've taken in a large consumption of liquids prior to this game and the night before, because it is hot down there. I walked the field earlier, and it's going to be beaming off the surface of the ground, especially with the wind behind them.
Well, let's take a look at Center Point-Urbana's starters again for today. Adriana Ketcher, one to keep an eye on as well as you take a look at Dufault right at the goalie. Their defenders is Collar and Van Boers. Dufault, Bavers, your other defenders, your midfielders, Brooker, Van Boers, Weideman, and Conway. And then you've got Woolridge up front, and then they run Ketcher to do a lot of sweeping up front. Now for Davenport Assumption, the Knights, again at 18-2, they've got Anna Bondahar. Really hasn't been challenged, but Assumption has only allowed 3 shots all tournament long. That's since all this week. That's going to be 3 games. They got Argo, Herrick, Kelly, Poster, and then your midfielders with Gervas, Moore, Klosterman. Mixed in there too as well is Holzbrink and Anna Argo. So we are ready to go. The referee, Ray Swichtenberg, has put the ball down, and Davenport Assumption will be going against the wind to start the game. And, you know, a lot of people would think, well, you would go with the wind to begin the second half, but Center Point-Urbana won the point toss, and they elected to go with the wind to start things out. And is that a good decision, Justin, or how would you play it as being a head coach?
Well, to be honest with you, I prefer going into the wind second half. I just feel that I have, as a coach, more definite advantage playing into feet, and if we play over the top into space, the ball is going to hold up, so it's not going to run, and especially if the opposition goalkeeper plays a high line.
Center Point-Urbana is starting to dump it on in here ever so slightly against Davenport Assumption. Again, they try to pack 9-10 players in the box, and they'll lead out front with Carly King with that tremendous speed. Here's a throw-in again by Center Point-Urbana. Assumption has just been so difficult against opponents this year defensively. They posted numerous shutouts in a row, as you would figure, only allowing 3 shots. Played a regional final on Monday. Now they're going to be on the attack. Center Point-Urbana, who's also been pretty good defensively here throughout the tournament. Their tournament trail, they were able to pick up a key victory against Gilbert 2-1, and then shut out North Polk 1-0 yesterday. So here we go, the toss in. Center Point-Urbana. It's going to get free for Davenport Assumption, and trying to strike it on in was Libby Lansing, but she's tripped up, and we're going to have our first corner kick of the game.
BJ, that's an unbelievable record over this week, only allowing 3 shots on goal throughout the week.
Carly King will send it in with her right foot. It's towards the net. It's up. The header is over, but it was just defended well enough by Center Point-Urbana, and then another good look from the side by Fenley. And that one went wide left.
That was a superb delivery by King. In swinging into the box, whipped him with pace. Somebody's got to get on the end of that. It's a definite opener there.
So Center Point-Urbana will try to send it on down, and Davenport Assumption not known for putting a lot of pressure on offensively, but their defense is creating so much pressure. As we have a stoppage here, and this will open things up here for Assumption with a free kick. As you hear, Ray Swichtenberg going to be mic'd up today. And he sets the line. He does that a lot, but he wants to keep it fair. Center Point-Urbana will set up the wall. Here's King again. Now the deep set, and this one's easily going to be hauled in by Lauren Dufault, who's had quite a tournament and faced a lot of pressure yesterday in defeating North Polk. The run out here with Weideman.
It looks like they're going to get King on the ball with all the set pieces today.
Catcher will try to play it back. Weideman tried to center it. Here's Weideman. We'll try to dump it on down deep to Argo. Argo going to try to fend up Weideman, and we'll just kick it out. So here's the throw-in from the side here for center Point-Urbana. Catcher, the freshman, who leads her team in goals, will put it in play. Now Klosterman. Over here to the near side to King. And this will be blocked out. Stays the possession will stay with Assumption. And again, Davenport Assumption, if you just look at the field in general, a lot of white jerseys on defense.
Yeah, you can see they're playing a 4-4-2, BJ, with definite four at the back, and they're playing really flat as well. They're not pushing their outside backs forward, but they are actually playing with the old traditional sweeper from what I've picked up so far.
Catcher tried to play it across midfield. It's going to be held there. Now we'll send it on deep, but nobody home. Foot race to the ball, but played well back by Poster. Poster got caught up in traffic. And now it's played deep, and this is going to roll out. So an opportunity here for Davenport Assumption to go against the wind as they try to move it up the field.
Assumption had a good start over the first 5 minutes. A corner with King in swinger, and then they had a free kick with King that the goalkeeper Postle picked up with no problem at all, no pressure.
So Bridget Poster will look to put her foot into it. By the way, with the warm conditions all week, right around the 20-minute mark here in the first and in the second half, we will be taking a water break for these two teams. And it will be much needed for some, especially for Davenport Assumption, who does not substitute a whole lot. Center Point-Urbana uses a lot of players as they try to keep everybody fresh. It's played back now to Argo. And this is just kicked out by center Point-Urbana as Weideman saw the attack coming. Assumption quickly with Klosterman. Plays it over to the far side of the field here to Herrig. Now it's sent on down deep and can be trying to kick out of the box. Was Caller. And we have a whistle, so center Point-Urbana will get an opportunity here to kick it away freely.
Yeah, that was definitely a late tackle, as you can see here from behind. As the referee says, better timing, most definitely.
We love the advantage of having the officials mic'd up, in particular the referee, Ray Schwichtenberg. So we thank him so much for doing that here for us today. As you can hear the calls down on the field. Assumption, who's usually striked early, Gervais, has had the hot foot in the tournament. Weideman from the outside, and it will be defended well by Fenley.
I see they've got Gervais in the midfield. She's playing more like a number 6 as a holding midfielder, just from my observations so far. She's playing really deep. I wonder if that's something tactical from them at this point.
Yeah, a little bit of a change of direction. As center Point-Urbana comes in with their first substitute of the ball game. And coming in will be Blazy Whitehead. The junior will come in. She'll replace Weideman. Again, we told you, part of the plan for Todd Mitchell and Rich Plant, the co-head coaches for center Point-Urbana, was to use a lot of fresh players early in this game today. After having an exhausting finish yesterday against North Polk, which they scored late in the second half. Came home, took ice baths, but that was the plan. Get a lot of players involved here early and charge up for the second half, and they'll have the wind at their back. Klosterman down deep. This one going to be batted away. And again, Davenport Assumption will hold it on their side of midfield. Offensively, they'll try to charge it into the zone. Here's Argo to Gervais. Over on the far side, we'll play it down that far sideline. And center Point-Urbana will just send it out. But it was deflected off of Assumption, so the Storm and Pointers have the ball for the moment. We're trying to go a little chip and chase here, but nothing happening. Assumption with a tremendous amount of speed. They had numerous athletes cross over from track. Of course, another successful season of track at Davenport Assumption. They're no stranger to winning some state championships there. In fact, Carly King, one of those who had 2 seconds and 2 third places at the state track meet and won the 100-meter championship a year ago as a freshman.
And they're using her pace here in this match. And Carly King has got some pace, that's for sure.
Now they try to go from the side. It'll be knocked up and still in play for Assumption as they get a goal! Assumption will strike first.
It looks like Javas. Let's have a look at that again.
They caused a lot of havoc out in front of Defoe, and they're able to bury it deep. From the side as Sully Kelly had a goal against Regina, a big one. In the quarterfinals, comes up with the first goal of the game here.
Well, as we look at the delivery coming in, it's they don't clear the first line, and what a great goal.
So important to make sure that you send it out when you're back on the defense, especially when it's pounded inside of the box. Here's Gervais, Assumption. Center Point-Urbana has to be very careful here, because a lot of times you see it in state championship games as Gervais, good dribbling here as she passes it off to her right with her left foot. It will go out. But how many times have we seen it, Justin, where teams give up a goal, they get their damper down, and it's tough to reset yourself in a hurry?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, the next 5 minutes are very important here. Okay, so Assumption really need to stay focused over the next 5 minutes, because this is where complacency can settle in. Okay, and now Center Point obviously need to stay focused. They should have cleared their lines there first time. There was a missed kick in the box, ball goes loose, and if there's players coming in, you can be punished for it.
8 minutes into the game, and Assumption getting the game's first goal, coming off of the foot of Sully Kelly. That's her second goal of the state tournament here. So Center Point-Urbana wearing the black and gold uniforms, trying to battle their way back against the tradition of Davenport Assumption. As you missed the opening set of the broadcast, they are 7-0 in school history in state championship games. They are closers. Catcher will send it down deep. Trying to track it down is Argo. Name sounds familiar. Her dad, the baseball coach at Davenport Assumption, who, by the way, just happened to do some really good scheduling. His team in the Dowling Catholic Tournament, he's on hand to watch this one here this morning. Fenley will take this one away. Klosterman out ahead to Gervais. Gervais will send it on deep. King going to try to run it down. Center Point-Urbana, though, back with 3 defenders on the play.
You can definitely see how the wind is holding the ball up and actually just moving it off direction.
So much experience returning for Davenport Assumption. They've been in this position before. Assumption. Again, appearing in the title game 6 out of the last 7 seasons, too, as well, which is quite a remarkable feat within itself. And this one will go out, so Assumption will get a throw in here. They're up 1-0. Again, at 8 minutes, we'll have our game's first water break. They do it for safety reasons because of the heat and humidity. There is a nice breeze blowing out of the south, but it's still very warm down in the field. Here's Fenley, who will center it. Played back, now the blast towards the middle, and Center Point-Urbana will send it right back out of the box. Boy, Carly King with a good look at it. Just could not get the right positioning. She was well in deep there. Now the steal for Moore. From the corner, will center it towards the top, trying to go for the header, but it's just over the head. And now the blast on the rebound is sent up high from the far side of the field. Boy, Sully Kelly again had another good look at it.
That was a great delivery from Abby Klosterman coming in from the right-hand side. And again, Kelly coming in on the far post. No one's picking her up. The right back is getting sucked in, so it's 2v1 in the middle, which is good, but you've got to win the ball.
And center Point-Urbana is going to go with change here. Kalista Feasley will come into the ball game. Also back in is going to be Abigail Weideman. So she will spell Sydney Babers. Also coming out of the ball game is going to be Alexa Brooker, the senior midfielder. So here we go. Defoe will put it in play. It's been challenged and has been given up a goal. And just like we've seen throughout much of the state tournament, really no solid looks at net against Davenport Assumption. Just been a wall defensively. And it'll be center Point-Urbana who will get the toss in here, to the chagrin of the Assumption fans over on that far sideline.
Well, you can see that they haven't conceded many goals because they're playing Bridget Poster very deep at the back, like I said earlier, in a old traditional sweeper formation. So it looks more like a diamond shape at the back.
This will stay with Assumption. And headed back in by King. Klosterman towards the box, trying to find Gervais, but it's sent back out. Tracked down by King. Again from the right side. It's where their offense goes as they center it towards the middle, and Defoe will just come up with it. Boy, streaking in was Gervais, hanging around the net, trying to pick up a loose rebound here. Here's another look. Still 1-0. So with 4 back, Fenley tied up at midfield. Argo will send it across. Klosterman had it taken away by Weideman. Weideman bodied by Klosterman, and Klosterman comes up with a steal now to Fenley. Will shoot it back out. And this one's sent back around by center Point-Urbana. Now they tried to come through on the attack, but it was well defended as Blazy Whitehead might have had an opportunity there. But again, so solid defensively with Anna Argo. A lot of questions around Davenport Assumption coming into the season. Who is going to be in at net? Anna Vandahar, the sophomore, stepped in. She really hasn't been tested, so Assumption saying they don't know really how good she is, but she is such a good athlete for Assumption. And many think amongst the Division I college ranks that she will be a Division I volleyball recruit. But again, it's been a pretty easy day today so far, and throughout much of the state tournament, no shots on goal.
Well, you can tell why she's had no shots on goal, to be honest with you, BJ. With a back four like this, nothing's getting past them at this point.
There's Vandahar, still at the ready though, right at the net. This one headed back up. Here's Ketcher. Had it deflected away, but she kicked it out. Last deflection was off of her, so Davenport Assumption will throw it in. Well, the lone goal of the game coming about 8 minutes in. Sully Kelly, the freshman, getting her second goal of the state tournament. They call it clean. A lot of contact over on that far side. And now we do get a whistle as it's starting to get a little physical down on the field. And Gervais was asking, could I get a kick back on the other end? So now center Point-Urbana will have it.
Well, in yesterday's matchup, Center Point-Urbana were very physical as well. They had a lot of fouls called against them. They were a physical team, but that's part of their game plan.
They beat you up, but offensively, they haven't been able to get on track. But this isn't a big surprise either, Justin, because they fell down early to Gilbert, only to rally against the Tigers here in the quarterfinals. Here's Klosterman down deep. This is going to be sent back out, and the wind is going to carry that ball deep down the field. Catcher trying to come up with it. Now the freshman trying to battle for the ball, but again, good dribbling there by Argo. Fantastic footwork keeps catcher at bay. Herod will play more towards midfield. Along that far side, now Urbana. Center Point Urbana with an opportunity as they've got numbers this way. Finally, they loaded up, but they still keep 3 back, and for good reason. Gervas will be on the prowl. They'll lead it ahead. This one caught up in traffic and will be deflected away. Reagan Dufault plays it out. And it will stay with Assumption. With the defenders, and how many times, you know, you've said it over the years that defense wins championships, and that's what we're seeing here today. The defense has really created the offense for Assumption to this point.
Well, they've been very, very solid so far. Also, we've got to watch out for here is Gervas now is trying to find gaps, and she's finding the gaps in between the lines as they break forward. So, like, she just played that ball in there to King. So, the more the game opens up, the more the players get fatigued with 3 games in a row. It's going to cause problems.
And this ball will roll out of bounds. And right near that 20-minute mark, they elect not to do the water break here. They want to keep it more in a free-flowing stage of the game and take it naturally as this one is bounced out. And so now we will have the whistle by the referee Ray Schwichtenberg for our first water break of the game. It comes at 20:09 to play. Here in the first half, it's a 1-0 lead in favor of Davenport Assumption. Justin, let's go back to this goal here by Soli Kelly. A lot of garbage up front, and Kelly cleaned it up.
Yeah, it was a beautiful delivery by Klosterman as it drifted into the far post. They failed to clear it, and Kelly just pounced onto it.
Next time on the Great British Baking Show.
This gingerbread story should say something about you.
It's Biscuit Week.
I am making a gingerbread pub. Sounds fun.
With a big challenge.
Is it going to stand up? Is it going to fall down?
Big blunders.
If they start collapsing, they've got the recipe wrong.
And a big finish.
It better taste good. Absolutely brilliant.
Coming to Iowa Public Television, June 16th.
Here you turn on your computer and poof, there's the nest.
Really truly put Decorah on the map. People know how to spell it and pronounce it.
Been a good buffet for them.
From Northeast Iowa, a 10-year journey of adventure, triumph, and tragedy. The Eagles of Decorah.
Wednesday at 7.
Next time on Iowa Entrepreneur. Ben Stone invented a solution to a multi-billion-dollar problem in the medical industry. However, it was a long road to get his product to the hospitals that needed it. And during the farm crisis, Ben Puck turned to an alternative source of income. That side job turned into one of the largest employers in Manning, Iowa. Next time, we feature the entrepreneurs behind Stone Medical and Puck Custom Enterprises.
Sunday mornings at 10:30 on Iowa Public Television.
Hello, I'm Molly Phillips, Executive Director and General Manager. We've received many calls and notes from you, our viewers, concerned about the future of public television. It is heartwarming to hear your stories of what public television means to you and your many offers of support. I invite you to visit our website, iptv.org, to join our I Love IPTV campaign and show your support for this essential investment in Iowa's families, communities, and future. Thank you.
Well, each team getting a squirt of water here, now getting ready to end the first half here. 20:09 to play. Davenport Assumption with a 1-0 lead. And they're getting that goal off of their freshman, Soli Kelly. with about 8 minutes into the game. Let's take a look at our Iowa Public Television sports weather thermometer. You see that heat? Yeah, it's hot. Almost 90 degrees down in the field, right at 88. There is a breeze blowing out of the south, though, right at 22 miles an hour. So you're cooled off a little bit that way. I don't know if you're going to get sunburnt or windburnt today.
I think it's a bit of both, BJ. I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be down there at this point.
We're up in the stands under the shade here with Justin Forster. I'm BJ Shaven, along with the rest of the crew here at Iowa Public Television. Proud to bring you this State Soccer Championships. It's game 1 of 3 games today. Game 2 looks to be a dandy as well, as you have Lewis Central taking on Union. First kick there is right around 1:35. And then, of course, in the 3A title game, the upset-minded Ames High Little Cyclones taking on West Des Moines Valley. A CIML showdown. That'll be right around 4:05 today. Here's it in the middle. Assumption will strike, and they get it again! Coming up with a goal for Davenport Assumption is Livy Lansing, the sophomore. Her 4th goal of the state tournament.
Again, you see the delivery from the right-hand side. Lansing could have taken it first time, opts to beat the defender. Possibly the keeper could have done better with that.
The defense broke down here.
Lansing did well to control the ball. Bubbled up, hit her knee, bounced down, managed to take her first touch inside and finish.
So the players who did a lot of scoring in the quarterfinals are showing up here in the state championship game. Kelly and now Lansing with a goal. And they have a 2-0 lead and wanting more. They'll send it on deep here to King. Again, tremendous amount of speed. King lets the offense catch up. Here's Javash right at the top. Fenley will try to step in, but it's taken away by center Point-Urbana. Now to the outside. Lansing again with a shot, but this is high and hard over the net.
Well, we're taking the water break, BJ. Sometimes when you're sitting down and you're having a break, there's just a loss of momentum. And sometimes coming back into it, again, your first 2-3 minutes, you've just got to be careful.
Lauren Dufault, who was pretty solid in net for center Point-Urbana, had a goals against average this year of under 1. In fact, it was under 0.7. Just gave up 10 goals all season. An Assumption with just the pressure. Once they send it on deep, they still keep 2 players back. And of course, the deep player and Bridget Poster standing in midfield. But they cram everybody in. And that speed has been taking over. Klosterman to Gervais. The Denver recruit sends it over to the side to her teammate Moore. Plays it back to Herrig. An Assumption in these state championship games, from their standpoint, it's been a lot of fun. Here's, again, trying to drive it on deep was Lansing, but good defense on the play by the Storm and Pointers. Caller for center Point-Urbana, tried to play it up along the sideline. Now Catcher. They cannot get her open or free. Moore usually is drawing a tough defensive assignment. Klosterman cannot run that ball down. Wisely kicked away by center Point-Urbana's Riley Conway. And Assumption again will throw it in here from the near sideline.
Well, center Point-Urbana are struggling to clear their lines because Herrig and Moore are sitting in as a double 6 holding midfielder. They just can't seem to get it beyond them.
And center Point-Urbana will now get it back on the turnover. Megan Sherman will throw it in. Moore had it kicked away. And these two teams are familiar with one another. They have played twice before in the state tournament. In the quarterfinals, over the last 5 years. And Assumption, of course, victorious as part of their big championship run that they've had. And right now with the advantage. Here's Kelly. Moore. Back over here to the near side of the field to Argo. The defenseman will send it on down deep. We're trying to put her head on the ball was King. Now to Fenley. Great footwork there by Brooker. Could not get it past midfield though. This pressure is relentless here by Davenport Assumption. Now they run it down the field. That's Ketcher over on the far side. Boy, played tightly there by Herrig. And it will stay with center Point-Urbana.
It's a good job there by Ketcher. I mean, she had to hold up the ball because she had no support.
And sometimes you're kind of caught off guard a little bit when you do put a charge offensively back down onto the other end.
Yeah, and if Ketcher had no support, so she had to shield it. She did a great job shielding the ball, and she won her team a throw. And as the cross comes in.
This is up, and no attempt on net. They just missed it with Brooker. And they'll come back down here to the other corner, and it's taken away by Klosterman. Sent back in. That was center Point-Urbana's best chance of the game. They might have missed an open net there. Argo now back down deep. Tries to send it out. This one going to roll out. Will go to Assumption. Center Point-Urbana might have gotten a little giddy there towards the net. Now Gervas back down on the other end. Has an open teammate trying to drive it in. Going to be King. Towards the net, deflected away. She wanted to get a call. And Ray Schwichtenberg, the referees, you hear him saying, no, no.
Well, that was a great ball by Gervas looking for King. King getting inside the left back, in between the left back and the right center back was a fantastic ball in.
Now they'll try to run it ahead here with Haley Johnson to Ketcher. Ketcher going to have it deflected away by Argo. Now back down the field. Boy, they're using the wind with them. Here's King. Using her speed. King will try to charge it in. Just had it knocked away. Tremendous defense there on the side by center Point-Urbana, Sarah Mortensen. Now King back towards the middle. As she tried to find an open teammate, but it is tracked down by Fenley. I beg your pardon, Lansing. Argo will send it towards the middle. Gervas tried to use her head over it. Now Ketcher will play it back down onto the other side of midfield. Argo using her speed. There's Ketcher and unable to come up with it.
Well, Davenport Assumption are dangerous down the right-hand side, both with King cutting back onto her left foot, playing lovely crosses into the box, and Klosterman down the right as well with her right foot delivering the ball. Some great options here for Davenport Assumption going forward.
Kylie Holzbrink will now check into the game. The freshman for Davenport Assumption. She'll come in for Klosterman. Assumption using their first substitution of the game. Moore over here to the near side. The pass goes wide. So Weideman will look to toss it in, and a couple more players for center Point-Urbana will come in. Jordan Van Boer's in, along with Blazy Whitehead. This one sent deep. They try to go chip and chase, but it's sent out. And we'll go to a goal kick here for Davenport Assumption.
Looks like Assumption have moved Kelly to the near side, closest to us on the right.
For these two teams not really having an opportunity to scout one another and having less than 24 hours to prepare for one another, Assumption has identified catcher and her moves as they try to attack here from the left side of the field in.
Yes, absolutely. But the problem here is catcher just doesn't have enough support going forward. You know, she had Van Voors yesterday in the game I saw playing a little bit higher up the field and was able to support as Davenport Assumption looked to break here.
Clean tackle. As Woolridge able to turn that ball around for center point Urbana, but it goes out. Here comes Assumption. It's starting, as we mentioned, getting physical out there. That was a good shimmy shake there put on by Lansing with the forearm.
With 3 players around her.
Right. Assumption now will come on the attack. They'll go forward. Here's Kelly on the outside, and again, well defended by center point Urbana Weideman. Catcher will try to keep it in play, but Fenley will pick up the turnover. Again, towards the middle with Moore. There's Gervais with a blast. That's deflected away. Now up. And sent back around as catcher will slow it down. Now it's waits for support. You see it's 1-on-4 as catcher brings it across midfield. Now trying to get a teammate here to the near side, but they had stopped. Now Weideman will check it free with the left foot blasted towards the net, deflected out. Weideman again tries to control it, and it's off of the foot of Soli Kelly. Freebie into the stands as that one blasted upwards towards us.
I think Assumption need to do a better job getting the ball up higher into King, and King running at players. I think that's going to definitely, against center point, is going to destroy them. Lovely 1-2.
Here's catcher. Centers it towards the middle. It's headed up, but it just went straight up. Center point Urbana now starting to get some looks as they put the pressure on. Woolridge will keep it in. Good battle for the ball, and she wins it. Woolridge again. They're going to call it clean.
Play! Come on, play!
And the officials urging them to continue to play. Gervais will send it on deep. King going to try to run it down. Dufault comes up for the ball. It's loose. Going to be kept free. Battled down. Now kicked out of the box. Wow, all sorts
We'll get this one coming out here.
of craziness up front. Dufault just could not hold that in and left it wide open for Assumption.
Defoe just couldn't hold on to that ball with Lansing coming in, but three defenders around it managed to clear the lines. A late tackle. Center point really need to narrow the gaps defensively. There's too many gaps, and the Assumption are able to play threaded passes in between them.
Center point Urbana getting a couple of good looks at the goal. But quickly, my, how quickly that's turned around with the Assumption speed. Now a free kick here coming up. The penalty was called against Assumption.
Go Black.
With the win, this one's put up and out. It will stay with the Storm and Pointers. Out of center point Urbana.
Again, Black.
Of course, they play in the WAMAC Conference. Won the league this year with a 6-0 record.
Again.
Bosses include Waverly Shell Rock, Denver, Union, and Columbus Catholic. Going to be knocked out by Kelly. And Sully Kelly has been all over the field here today, including getting a goal 8 minutes into the game. The other goal coming off of the foot of Livy Lansing.
It's great to see that Kelly's got another piece to her game where she can come in and defend as well. She's dropped in deep, picking up Weideman, who's very dangerous as she breaks in.
And this one's going to be sucked up by Lutender in Van de Haar. How is center point Urbana? What are they doing differently to get some better looks now, Justin?
Well, I think it's fatigue. I think that as you come to the end of the first half, And center point, there's always going to be a momentum change in the game. And it just takes a break, and it takes one piece of a mistake from Davenport Assumption.
King on that far end will try to bring it in, centers it towards the middle. There's Lansing, the ball out in the middle of the box. And now will just be sent out, and a corner kick will be coming up for Davenport Assumption.
Kelly was languishing too deep as the cross comes in. As you can see, Lansing put under pressure, but Kelly was coming, the run wasn't timed. If she went a little bit earlier, she would have got that.
Harley King, the sophomore who leads the team in assists with the corner kick with the left foot towards the net. This is up and is deflected out by, I believe, Dufault. And now sent back out for a throw in here by Davenport Assumption.
It was a difficult corner to deal with as it dipped in towards waist height.
Assumption going to their bench. So Sophia Kirsten will now come in.
Looks like Javas has been taken out.
With a 2-0 lead. King will toss it in. Center Point-Urbana also bringing a sub in. Reagan Dufault will come back in. Here's Fenley. And this one will roll out. It'll stay with Assumption here. Under 5 minutes to play here in the opening half. Assumption with a couple of goals 8 minutes in by Soli Kelly. And then right after the water break, Livy Lansing scored her 4th goal here of the state tournament. King from the baseline will go towards the middle, and it's well defended by center Point-Urbana. Scooted around, that one-on-one won by Assumption. Coming back down to the other end. Catcher trying to hold it and gets help out. Now this is sent deep. And an easy play on the ball here by Anna Bondahar, who's got some activity here late.
Just had to deal with the one save about 3 minutes ago. First save of the day.
And we're now more substitutes coming into the game. Checking in will be Callista Feasley, along with Alexa Collar. And also back in is Haley Johnson. So center Point-Urbana trying to keep some fresh legs out there. And we're noticing some of the players, Weideman dealing with some cramps, trying to rub one out.
I noticed Weideman had a great game yesterday. And yesterday they didn't strap her leg up. It looks like there's either a hamstring or a quadricep. Looks like she's rubbing a hamstring right now, so looks like she's struggling at this point.
Assumption back defensively. Now they'll send it deep, and this one's going to roll out of bounds. Point. There's no hesitation really from Assumption when they do their throw-ins. They pick and go. Trying to run it ahead. They get free. Here's Lansing from the left side, left foot. It's up. Dufault just picked it up and avoided a rebound off of her hands.
Carly King was in the box demanding the ball. She just turned around to Lansing and said, "Play my feet." I would have finished that. I always say if someone's in a better position, goal-scoring position than you, pass them the ball.
And Gervais is out of the game. Here's another quick look at it. Now, King was right into that box and free. And you're right, signaled right away to Lansing. Now doing the throw in will be Johnson. To Brooker. And again, stepping right into the ball was Moore. Moines come up with a couple of good steals here today. Catcher. Deep. Shot with the left foot. Going to be hauled in by Vandahar. Might have been too deep.
It's going to take something special to beat Vandahar from that distance.
And coming up in the second half, center Point-Urbana will be going against the wind. Where the team speed against the wind here in the first half has really shown up for Davenport Assumption. Deflected out.
All right. I'm on same time. We're all right.
And it is a 2-0 lead. We want to remind you, coming up the half, we're going to talk with both head coaches of Assumption and for center Point-Urbana. Plus, we've got a feature coming up on Davenport Assumption you'll want to stay tuned for, plus first half highlights, analysis. That's all coming up at the half. 20 seconds to play here in the first half that's been dominated by Davenport Assumption. Center Point-Urbana with one more opportunity, but Fenley will deny it out. Here's Woolridge. Down to 2, and that's going to be the end of the first half. So Assumption a half away from going 8-0 in the state championship games that they've played in, have a 2-0 lead. A fantastic first half here for Davenport Assumption. They did allow a couple of shots, which they haven't allowed many here in the state tournament. But their offense has been created a lot by their defense. Let's now go down to the sideline. We're joined by the head coach from Davenport Assumption, Elizabeth Moss. And Coach, congratulations here on the first half. Are you getting everything that you wanted out of your team here so far?
Yeah, I'm happy with the way that we started out the game. Didn't wait to settle in, and we're pressing on offense. We haven't really given them too many opportunities in our final third, so I'm happy with the way things are going.
Coach Moss, are you going to keep it the same or make any changes going into the second half?
We'll likely start the same, possibly shift more defensively as we move into the second half.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. And your team up right now 2-0 at intermission over center Point-Urbana in the Class 1A state championship game. So Assumption, the top seed in the tournament, has a 2-0 lead through the end of the first half. Well, athletes working together as a team is the key to success in most sports. At Davenport Assumption High School, the coaches also take the team approach to supporting multi-sport athletes. And as a result, the small school has set some big records.
Davenport Assumption High School has won 15 girls state team titles in the last decade, including championships in soccer, track, basketball, and cross country.
We go into a lot of sporting events knowing there's a target on our back, but we use it to motivate ourselves to work harder and to perform to the level that people are expecting of us.
On our team, just due to the fact that we have so few girls at the school in general, the majority, I would say, of our girls are involved in another sport.
The school soccer team has dominated the Class 1A state tournament with 5 championships in the past 6 years and 14 tournament appearances since 2002. Head coach Elizabeth Moss competed on Assumption's 2002 and 2003 winning teams.
It's easy to work with the girls that we have. They're strong physically and mentally, and they're used to a tradition of success.
Like Coach Moss, many members of the faculty and staff at Assumption are alumni. That legacy extends to the families who loyally enroll their children in the small Eastern Iowa Catholic school.
I'm inspired by my sisters and all the girls that were in the program before me and everyone that's in the program with me now. You look around and see all the success, and it's just contagious.
Carly King was her team's leading goal scorer and helped Assumption win the 2016 tournament title. The sophomore maintains a 4.0 in the classroom and is a top athlete in multiple sports, including track. She excels in sprinting events and is a 2-time state track champion.
I'm always setting goals for myself. I know in every aspect of life I can get better in order to perform better.
With the track and soccer seasons overlapping, it's certainly challenging. So we do our best to make sure that we have the girls' best interests at heart in the end, and that's what counts for both of our programs.
I think being a multi-sport athlete, you get a lot of different opportunities to find out what you're capable of.
Liz Fennelly's athletic career has been in volleyball, basketball, and soccer. This year, the senior joined the track team as a middle distance runner. She also serves as the school's student council president.
The work ethic that just all Assumption student athletes have kind of pushes everyone. You know, you have to be at this level. We take everything seriously, but make sure it's fun too.
There's a lot of moving parts as far as getting the athletes to be successful. The fact that they're willing to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to come into lifting and then go to school, maintain a 4.0, come to practice after school. They definitely put in the effort and they deserve the successes that they've achieved.
Assumption's track team has achieved unparalleled success at the state level, winning the last 4 3A titles and scoring a record-setting 126 points at the 2016 state meet. Coach Tim O'Neill attended Assumption when in high school and has held the title of head boys and girls track and field coach for the past 17 years.
What it takes for our high-level kids to really perform well and do well, it's the time that they do spend in their other sports and in our training. You can't just show up and all of a sudden be good. There are sacrifices. They may miss a dance, or they may miss some of their social life with their friends, and I think that they're willing to give up some of those other things in order to see some of the successes that they're having right now.
Track, it's not always fun and games. Sometimes it takes more than it gives. You know, at practice it's draining and you don't see results till the next meet, and it takes a special kind of drive to want to be in this sport.
Assumption's Joy Ripslinger is gaining attention as one of the nation's elite middle distance runners. The high school senior has won 7 Drake Relays championships and anchored Assumption's indoor national champion 1600 medley relay team.
When I began running, I'd never expected that I would be where I am today. I began freshman year cross country in the fall, and I wasn't anything special.
The 5-time state champion appeared calm before her first race at Drake Stadium in Des Moines. In her final state meet, before high school graduation, Joy aimed to win 4 more individual championships. And as a team, Assumption was in the weighty battle for an unprecedented 5th consecutive title.
I do get nervous, and I think that's natural for any runner, any athlete. I'm not one to show it outwardly too much. I kind of try to stay calm and keep positive thoughts in my mind. That's pretty important. Never doubt yourself before you step out on that track. Faith is a very important part of my life. It's one of the things that keeps me grounded, when everything is hectic around me and I'm stressed and there's pressure on me, faith is something that I can lean back on, and I'm glad that it's something that I can express at this school.
She's probably a better human being than she is an athlete, if you can imagine that. She can be a little spunky at times, but for the most part, she's going to let her actions do the talking.
Joy won championships in all 4 events, making her the first female athlete to win the 400, 800, 1,500, and 3,000-meter races at the same state meet. She also set state records in 3 of her 4 events, demonstrating her athletic versatility. Joy helped lead Assumption to a record-breaking 5th consecutive Class 3A state title.
I'm excited, and this is a really fun time for me, and I'm enjoying my teammates, and it's been a great weekend.
Joy will begin the next chapter in her storied track career with a full-ride scholarship to the University of Arkansas.
The University of Arkansas is an environment full of Olympic athletes and Olympic coaches, and it's somewhere that if I wanted to continue my running career after college, I would have the resources if I so choose. I'm excited to begin my journey there.
The competitiveness, that's the thing that you can't duplicate with training. And the kids that have success, especially in other programs, when your volleyball program's in the top 8 in the state, when your basketball program is in the top 8 in the state, when your track program's also there every year, and your soccer program's there, when you get those kind of kids, winning's in their blood. It's what they expect. It's what they know how to do.
Thank you. 2-0 lead here for Davenport Assumption over Center Point-Urbana as we are at the half. Second half looming. See what might happen. But first, we're going to take a break. When we come back, more here from the Cownie Soccer Park in Des Moines as you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Girls State Soccer Championships right here on Iowa Public Television.
Coming up on Iowa Outdoors.
A lot of people around the area know what Decorah is for, Trout Run Trail, and then the trails up here in Van Penen and Ice Cave, Dunning Springs. As a mountain biker, I'd say it's something that is worth experiencing if you wanted to have a list. I'd say Decorah would definitely be one of those things to cross off your list.
Wednesday evening at 6:30, Saturday morning at 9.
The Iowa Broadcast News Association has recognized Iowa Public Television for excellence with awards in multiple categories. Market to Market for features about farm and agribusiness. Timeless Tractors, The Collectors for overall best use of online media. And IPTV sports coverage of Girls Championship Softball for sports play-by-play. Quality local programming from Iowa's only statewide network.
When Michael Portillo travels the United States by rail, he discovers America's historic past.
I'm going to join him. Will you wish me luck?
He'll meet the people.
A power and a passion that I've never heard before.
And explore the places.
What a wonderful room.
That reveal America's rich heritage.
I love history, and this is a unique way to share it.
Great American Railroad Journeys.
Beginning Monday evening, June 19th on Iowa Public Television.
2-0 the score. As you see, the temperature, still starting to climb here in Des Moines. It's hot out there. We're now joined by Center Point-Urbana head coach Todd Mitchell, who's joining us. And Coach, at the end there at the first half, it seemed like you guys were starting to get your offense going. What adjustments did you make and will you make here for the second half?
We're just going to keep playing CPU soccer. We got AJ Catcher back up on top where we played her all year. We tried a little bit something different at the beginning and changed our ways to get back into the game, get back into CPU ball. We just need to be playing a little bit more offense, and you saw that at the second half of the first half, and we just want to keep that momentum going into the second half.
Coach Mitchell, catcher up front. How are you looking to get your midfield a little bit more involved in supporting her?
Well, we just got to get the ball to him. We knew coming in we needed to play that ball up the middle a little bit, and didn't get it done the first half. Our girls are ready. They've played for this all year, and they've worked for this all year.
Coach, you've come from behind before. Good luck here in the second half.
Thank you, guys.
Todd Mitchell, the head coach from Center Point-Urbana, joining us as we're about ready to get the second half underway as we take a look at the first half highlights. And Davenport Assumption dominated here early as they're able to get the goal scoring going with Soli Kelly here as she picks up the loose ball in the middle as it was centered.
Again, a great ball in, and Kelly just pounces onto the loose ball.
And of course, here from the near side, as you take a look at it, they're able to pounce another one in. This one set up by Livy Lansing with a great feed from Carly King over in that corner as King earned yet another assist. So here we go, 2-0 to start. Center Point-Urbana will go against the wind. Justin, before the game, we talked a little bit about playing with the wind, against the wind. You say as a head coach you like to play against the wind to give your team an advantage. How is that an advantage here in soccer, especially today in the state championship game?
Well, looking at Davenport Assumption and how they set up, they managed to play these threaded balls in between the gaps in the back line, and the ball's going to hold up. And with the pace they've got up front, they're able to get onto it quicker. So playing with the wind behind you and you play the ball between the gaps, sometimes it rolls on a little bit too much, and if the keeper plays a high line, they're able to collect it.
Down into the corner for catcher.
And drawing the assignment right away as she's going toe for toe with her is Klosterman, who got a little bit of a rest here about halfway through the first half. And then now just has her sights set on Adriana Ketcher, the freshman who leads the team in goals scored for Center Point-Urbana, the key point to the offense for the Storm and Pointers. CPU will hold it in. Weideman from the outside will center it towards the middle. This one's up, can be redirected out. This shot is going to be just off the post.
That was Booker with a great opportunity there. She just kind of dug it out. A great cross coming into the box. Headed down, straight into Booker's feet. And she just kind of chipped the ball up, hitting the crossbar, side netting, actually, and out for a goal kick.
Well, the defender was going right down towards her feet, as Bridget Poster will put her foot into it. It might have thrown her off a little bit. Moore back here to the near side. Foot race to the ball. Going to be won by Assumption. And this is off of the foot of Kelly. 2-0 Davenport Assumption, wearing the white uniforms with black numbers. Center Point-Urbana in the black and gold here. Storm and Pointers with some work to do. They had one good look already here to begin the late half. Now it's just advancing the ball past midfield. They use a lot of different players. Here's Weideman. Again, we'll send it on deep. Vandahar will come and scoop. Even against the wind, that was a little too hard of a pass there by Weideman.
But you still see how it held up into the wind.
Yeah, Weideman adjusted well on the play. For the Class 1A state title.
No change in the shape with both teams. CPU still playing a 4-2-3-1.
Center Point-Urbana with a lot of experience. In fact, 3 of these players played on the state tournament basketball team that advanced to the semifinals this year. Here's a ball that's just going to be rolled in and scooped up by Dufault. Easier play for her than what she saw in the first half. There might be a good indication or a good thing to show you as far as for the wind and how it's taking care of that ball here. It's gusting out of the straight south, so it's blowing straight up the field towards Assumption's offensive zone, right between 20 and 25 miles an hour. Assumption with a throw in here. Moore lofts it deep. Moore will cross it towards the middle, and there's Klosterman, who was lurking. But it rolls out. So Center Point-Urbana. And we'll send it back here with Lauren Defoe. And it's interesting that these two teams at the beginning of the season, the question was, okay, who's going to be in net? Where can it be? And, you know, I find that kind of ironic because that's what we're hearing from a lot of the head coaches here in today's state championship games is a lot of them didn't have a set keeper at the beginning of the season.
It's quite interesting how players can play themselves in and out of teams and not having a set goalkeeper as Assumption look to press here.
And for Lauren Defoe, she played a lot of club, and she doesn't play goalie in club. She's more of a midfielder.
I know, it's interesting, but it depends. Like in high school, sometimes it changes. They'll put an athlete in goal that's very athletic, physical, and if they're good at basketball, they're good with their hands.
This body block down. Weideman over on that far side. Boy, still trying to go through the cross-check there by Moore, and now we do get a whistle. Moore going to be called for the legal tackle.
I'll be interested to see if CPU change their shape at all further on down the line here. If they go 3 at the back and maybe push 3 forwards, 3 extra players up front.
Take a little bit of a gamble. An Assumption with a tremendous amount of speed. As this one is turned back here by Kelly. Sends it forward. And it will be kicked out, and it will not be a corner as it just goes out along the near sideline.
A miscommunication there. I think Defoe could have come out and just taken that very, very easily.
Here's Gervais. Tries to cross it. Still free in the box. Lansing. Now over to Moore. Moore will send it back. It's off the official. Boy, picking it up in loose territory is Kelly. She'll send it in, and on the hop, Defoe will suck it up. It hasn't been end-to-end just yet. Gervais with a lofty pass, and that's going to be hauled in again by Defoe.
Yeah, CPU's midfield line needs to get a little bit higher so they can win these balls here in the midfield. Because at this point, Davenport Assumption are just winning everything, as you can see now.
From the back row, again towards midfield. Look out, trying to run it ahead is Moore. Moore to Gervais, who put a blast into it, but it was blocked down. And will be a throw in here for Assumption. Well, along that far sideline, you see the lawn chair brigade. It is out in full force here this afternoon for both Center Point-Urbana and Davenport Assumption.
Just enjoying the weather today, BJ.
Yeah, got to be into the action. Well, that was a tricky hop, but Defoe handles it. Assumption outshot Center Point-Urbana 10-2 in that first half. 3-2, fouls. Assumption with the 3.
Goal kick.
And now we have another goal kick here. And we got more substitutes coming in. 3 players coming in for Center Point-Urbana. Jordan Van Boers will come back into the game, along with Danica Heffernan. And also back in is going to be Blazy Whitehead. Again, Todd Mitchell and Rich Plant using their benches. You know, it's interesting for those two guys, Rich Plant and Todd Mitchell. They started this program at Center Point-Urbana from scratch just a little over a decade ago because their daughters wanted to play soccer. And they've stayed on, and they've been coaching ever since. But this was the furthest that a Center Point-Urbana team has gone, and what an accomplishment getting here to the state championship game. And they told us before the game they really wanted more. They really want more to try to get some hardware, but got to do some work here with about 31 minutes to play. As Lansing will be right at midfield. Boy, the ball handling has been exceptionally well here for Davenport Assumption. Now they're going with some deep kicks. What are they trying to do, Justin? Try to pick up a loose ball off of a rebound, or?
To be honest with you, I think they just need to calm down and try and play the ball into feet, because they're hitting the ball from 40 yards. It's going to take a lot to beat this goalkeeper Defoe from 40 yards. They need to go back to how they were playing in the first half, where they were finding little seams in between the back four. And that's what they need to go back to. They're just getting all erratic and just trying to smash the ball from 40 yards out.
Is it prevent offense time?
Correct.
Take a look at the shots on goal. 4-1 here in this 1A state championship game.
Going back to the coaching staff, I think it's great that they've stayed with the game for 10 years, because most parent coaches or dad coaches, they come into the game and coach because of their daughters, and when their daughters graduate, that's it for them. And so glad that they've stayed in and they're staying within the community and keep promoting the game of soccer.
Here's Catcher, gonna break free. Gonna be 1-on-2. Can Assumption catch up with that speed? Yes, they can, as they direct that ball back away. But Center Point-Urbana will send it back down deep. Here's Catcher. From the wing, will send it on in, and it will be scooped up on the far post by Anna Vonderhaar.
just goes into the keeper's arms. But the actual original ball from Wildridge was a fantastic ball that bent in between the defenders. Unfortunately, catcher just couldn't get enough power on the end of that.
See, the cavalry was nowhere in sight behind her, which is probably why she went with that quick attempt.
Correct, and she didn't have enough support from Booker breaking into the box.
So with these long shots by Assumption, might center point Urbana switch the strategy a little bit as they try to go it down the far sideline.
I think they've got to push an extra player up higher, maybe get Van Voor's back involved, push her up higher, closer to catcher, and maybe go a little more direct into the wind.
One was crossed towards the middle, towards Gervais.
Take it, Carly, take it.
Now King with a blast, and it's going to be, under the legs by Dufault, but trying to curl right back in there was the greedy Libby Lansing, trying to get her second goal of this game. Well, she about picked up the mess here.
It was a good piece of handwork there from Defoe, just managing to hold on to the ball as catcher receives.
Center point Urbana has had their opportunities early on here in the late half. See the shots on goal just a moment ago in the late half. Now here's Gervais. From the baseline, will cross it over. It's going to be headed back out. Wisely done by center point Urbana. You know, holding well there defensively was Whitehead, or Heffernan, excuse me. Moore again hit the deck, but they say play on, and now we will get a whistle.
White ball going this way.
This will be a foul called against center point Urbana.
Over here, please.
Weideman battling for the ball, and you see her leg wrap there on her right leg. Mentioned she was working on her hamstring right before the second half got underway. And Bridget Poster going to try to use the wind to her advantage as you see four players back deep. Now they send it towards the middle. Going to be played up by center point Urbana. Here's Gervais. Gervais with a blast. That's deflected down. And this will go out. And we will get a corner kick here coming up for Davenport Assumption. King was doing this early on, but now she'll give way to Molly Gervais. That name sounds familiar. Her brother was a standout football player at Davenport Assumption. Now playing at the University of Iowa, and he's got a chance to get into the starting role at defensive back. Gervais will play it towards the top of the zone. They give it right back here to the near side. Streaking in is Kelly. Gets tied up on the play. And then it's sent back out by center point Urbana. Boy, the defending on that play by Blasey Whitehead was pretty special. This one going back deep. King will head it up, but it's going to be hauled in by the keeper in Lauren Dufault. Gervais into battle.
Davenport Assumption are playing very direct. They've got the players to keep the ball. They should just keep it. They're winning 2-0 at this point. They don't need to start lumping the ball high into areas where they don't have players attacking it.
Nearing the second half water break, 5 minutes to play until that break. They take it right around the 20-minute mark. Again, for player safety, we'll have that in all 3 championship games here today. Kelly. Towards the middle, there's Woolridge. Kelly again using her left foot. Tries to inch it forward, but it's denied by Whitehead and Heffernan. And this is out. Center Point-Urbana will have the ball. We have some substitutes coming in. It'll be Alexa Booker coming in, along with Callista Feasley. So Brooker back in. 7 goals on the season for the midfielder. Center Point-Urbana needs to gain some confidence, get one. Trying to make their way back. And Davenport Assumption will also go to their bench, as they have Kylie Holzbrink coming in, along with Sophia Kirsten, a freshman, getting some action. A lot of underclassmen here on Davenport Assumption. Their star player, Gervais, just a junior. You got a feeling they might make reservations for Des Moines in June again next year.
Yes, I have a feeling they will, most definitely.
It's become a staple for the Knights of Assumption. Against 7-0 all-time in school history in state championship games for girls soccer.
And that stems from the Repslinger days. Rose Repslinger.
Even back to their head coach, Elizabeth Moss, who played at Assumption, and it was a part of a couple of state championship teams in 02 and 03. And they beat Iowa City Regina 9-0 in the quarters, and Nevada 2-0 in the semifinals. And right now with a 2-0 lead on Center Point-Urbana. They schedule up. They play a lot of 3A schools. And in fact, they had a loss against Bendorf with about 20 seconds remaining in that game. They fell to the Bulldogs. And it was kind of interesting as here's a shot up high that goes just over the top of the net. Whoa, what a blast over on that far sideline. Boy, putting a charge into it was Carly King.
So Carly King's effective on the right, just coming in onto her left foot. She'll be dangerous if she's not closed down with not just one defender, but maybe 2 players pressing her.
We're defeated by North Scott earlier in the year. And the side note out of that game, they lost 3-0, but it was their fans that actually got a red card pulled against them by the referee that day. And Assumption fans know their soccer, but they might have known a little too much that day.
Absolutely. The fans always know more than the players, the coaches, the referees. They're always right. The Launcher Brigade, is that right?
Yeah. Full force now, the contact happening as the ball has been played. Here's King. Again, trying to set herself up. Now blasts it with the left foot, but it was way out in front, about 20 feet away from the net, or 30 feet. And Dufault plays that one rather easily.
So King allowed to come onto her left foot. A good opportunity, falling away from the ball there. Mechanics were all off. CPU need to really just defend the left foot and force her onto the right foot.
And again, the Storm and Pointers have had their trouble advancing the ball past midfield. We've gone through stages like this, momentum on the side of Assumption, even with a 2-0 lead. And Center Point-Urbana fighting that win. Here's King from the side with the concentration she has just on the ball. Now with the right foot, and this one will go in. Actually crossed back to her left, and Carly King puts it through.
As I mentioned before, they have to cut off her left foot and force her onto the right as they take the water break. But looking at this, yeah, she comes in onto her left foot. It was fantastic.
Let's take a look at it from inside of the net. King coming at you from the left side of your screen. And that was off of the hands of Dufault.
With the wind behind her, just bazookas it into the top corner.
And brings us to a water break here with 20:23 to play here in the late half. Carly King, her 3rd goal of this state tournament, had 2 in the quarters and now adds 1 today. It's a 3-0 lead in favor of Davenport Assumption.
Next time on the Great British Baking Show.
This gingerbread story should say something about you.
It's Biscuit Week
I am making a gingerbread pub. Sounds fun.
with a big challenge.
Is it going to stand up? Is it going to fall down?
Big blunders.
If they start collapsing, they've got the recipe wrong.
And a big finish.
It better taste good. Absolutely brilliant.
Coming to Iowa Public Television, June 16th.
Here you turn on your computer and poof, there's the nest.
Really, truly put Decorah on the map. People know how to spell it and pronounce it.
Been a good buffet for them.
From Northeast Iowa, a 10-year journey of adventure, triumph, and tragedy. The Eagles of Decorah.
Wednesday at 7.
Next time on Iowa Entrepreneur, Ben Stone invented a solution to a multi-billion-dollar problem in the medical industry. However, it was a long road to get his product to the hospitals that needed it. And during the farm crisis, Ben Puck turned to an alternative source of income. That side job turned into one of the largest employers in Manning, Iowa. Next time, we feature the entrepreneurs behind Stone Medical and Puck Custom Enterprises.
Sunday mornings at 10:30 on Iowa Public Television.
Hello, I'm Molly Phillips, Executive Director and General Manager. We've received many calls and notes from you, our viewers, concerned about the future of public television. It is heartwarming to hear your stories of what public television means to you and your many offers of support. I invite you to visit our website, iptv.org, to join our I Love IPTV campaign and show your support for this essential investment in Iowa's families, communities, and future. Thank you.
3-0 lead in favor of Davenport Assumption. We're at the water break. 2024 to play. The Knights in prime position to win yet another state title. They have 7 so far. Barring a comeback today, they would have 8, but that would still only put them second on the list behind Cedar Rapids Xavier, who was so dominant for so long through the 2K era. And then, of course, you got Valley at 6. They're going to go for number 7 later today against Ames to be Quallard, and of course Ankeny in there too as well. We've still got more state championship soccer coming your way with 20 minutes remaining here in the 1A game. The 2A game, boy, that's got salt and seasoning all over it, with Union ready to take on Council Bluffs Lewis Central. Lewis Central, the defending champions, but both teams can really score goals, Justin.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I got to watch the game yesterday with Union, and they were just absolutely fantastic with Courtney up front. She is so quick. You're in for a treat today, BJ. The pace on that girl is phenomenal. She's an Iowa State recruit, as it looks like we're going to get a free kick just outside the box as Javas is brought down.
Javas outside of the box will get a free kick here. Assumption with an opportunity to add to their lead here. And then, of course, in the 3A title game, boy, it is old school rivalry. Leave the brass knuckles in the parking lot. You've got West Des Moines Valley taking on Ames, and that'll be coming up tonight.
Again, we're in for an absolute cracker there later on. Both teams with some quality players and players to watch out for. Melina and Ames, she's brilliant on the ball, likes to take players on. But then you look at Valley, and they've got a consumption of players, basically, all round. I mean, even though Libby Halverson is out with an ACL injury, they've got players that can step up to the plate.
Free kick here coming just outside of the box to the left for Javas. She'll set up her teammates. Now we'll go for it towards the net, and this is going to be around the wall as she bended it. But it was hauled in by Dufault. Little line drive right at her.
Javas takes a free kick, and she's back into the midfield to win the header.
Boy, she has played an outstanding game today and really has been the catalyst for the offense for this team, along with those defenders along the back line. But you got goals by Carly King just a few moments ago, her 3rd here of the state tournament. Zoe Kelly with a goal and a shot now that's hauled in by Dufault, as King again going to go for her 2nd goal of the day.
They're giving King way too much space on the edge of the box.
And Lansing also with a goal. Zoe Kelly got it started about 8 minutes into this 1A title game. wind kind of cooling things off down ever so slightly on the field as you take a look at Lansing running it ahead. Lansing from the far side with a right foot towards the net. Was that deflected out? Yes, corner kick will be coming up, says the referee today, Ray Schwichtenberg, and did a nice job keeping the pace of the game going here.
Yeah, he's kept it free-flowing, which I think is what all the players want, especially coaches. He's only blown the whistle when he's needed to. He's played advantage, so I think he's done a great job so far.
King from the corner with her left foot. It's up high. The header is up, and it's out. And it will be a free kick coming up here for the goaltender in Dufault. Three 3-0 here, Davenport Assumption. Kelly, Lansing, and King all with goals. Just one of those goals was assisted, but that's Davenport Assumption's game. King with 3 points on the day here in this title game. An assist and a goal. Coming back here to the near side. Fight for the ball as Holzbrink, the freshman, trying to fend off center. Point-Urbana will send it back to reset. Boy, and a breakaway opportunity here for center. Point-Urbana. Conway knocked the ball free, trying to find catcher out ahead. Here comes that speed for Davenport Assumption, and right away they tangle her up.
They just can't seem to break that line. There's just so much pace at the back there, and the recovery runs from Davenport Assumption are just so good at this point.
Tremendous hustle there by Sophia Kirsten, and now we get some subs in. Weideman is back in. Also back in for Davenport Assumption is Shelley Moore for the Knights. 3-0, and you talked about Union just a few moments ago. They were down by a couple of goals in that game of their semifinal contest where they had to rally. They got 3 goals late.
Last 11 minutes, I believe.
Against North Scott.
But when you have a girl like Courtney up front, I mean, she's enough to terrorize defenses like a bull terrier. As dangerous as anything, and she's good enough to break the line. She is so quick.
Not only that game, as we think about it with McSorley playing for Lewis Central, trying to get her team another state championship. It's really the game that's going to be brought to you by Iowa State University's soccer team. They have 3 recruits playing in that game. And this one high, but going to be hauled in by Dufault.
Actually, handling was very good there by Dufault. Just plucked that one out of the air. Was traveling with the wind behind it.
Now tries to throw it ahead here to Weideman. Center Point-Urbana here in the second half. Early they made some adjustments. Got a couple of good looks at the net, but the rest of the game has been dominated here by Assumption. Here's Gervas's blast.
Gervas did well to break past 2 players there to get the ball onto her right foot with a good first touch.
It has been a very busy part of Des Moines here over the last week. And of course, coming into today for the title games, here's an opportunity. Catcher from the corner, centers it towards the middle, and Vandahar is there to pick off that ball.
Second chance of the second half for CPU.
And this one will roll all the way down to the other end. Vandahar getting contested here. Catcher with that centering.
It was a good cross. It was a good cross. Keeper did very well to take that one out the air.
Sully Kelly is back into the ball game here for Davenport Assumption. Again, as Coach Moss using some players late and mixing things up to get some fresh legs out there to finish this one. Trying to go back-to-back here is Davenport Assumption. What a program, and as we mentioned, that many seniors dominate their roster. They've got Moore and Fenley, 2 defenders. Other than that, everybody will be back. And Dufault will eat that one up as Gervas was closing in. And the pressure's just been relentless here by Davenport Assumption.
White.
Throw in here by Holzbrink. And she'll do it again.
Again, White.
They'll go wide to the back. I haven't had an opportunity yet to see the freshman catcher. Just a couple of times had an opportunity to show her stuff, but Assumption's done a tremendous job today really keeping her at bay. And that's what they do. They nullify the team's opponents' top scorers.
Absolutely, and nullify is the correct word. I mean, they're playing in a 3-5-2 shape now going forward. And Javas is breaking from the midfield. I mean, really, they've contained and sustained everything at the back.
Here's Moore. Able to send it down deep. Playable, though, for Dufault. 11:33, as you see on the screen, left to play here. A 3-0 lead, and Assumption still continuing to put that pressure on. They've had it on their side of midfield for a long time in the zone. Center Point-Urbana has given up a goal once already. Here's King. Will center it. And it will be deflected out by Whitehead. This one sent back in from the far side, and Dufault just did pot up, but deflected it out. It will be a corner kick coming up for Assumption. And it looks like Davenport Assumption again will bring in another player.
Looks like Kelly was looking to claim a second goal of the day. Just couldn't quite elude Dufault. And Dufault did really well to get her hands to it.
Caitlin Bollinger will now be into the ball game here for Davenport Assumption. She'll check in as a defender. Here's King's shot. Rolls towards the net, bending up and over the net. Trying to use the wind there.
King delivers the ball well from set pieces. Puts a bit of bend on it. Gets that curl on the ball.
And for Center Point-Urbana coming in is going to be Danica Heffernan. Sophomore defender will check in. She comes in to spell Sydney Bavers. And for Center Point-Urbana, they really can't hang their head down 3-0 here. Coming into this tournament was the 6th seed. And they upended Gilbert in the opening round 2-1. And then were able to defeat North Polk. That explosive offense by the Comets. To be able to beat them 1-0 yesterday.
CPU actually did very well yesterday, to be honest with you, because it did look like North Polk were going to win the game. Just by the way they were playing, they looked comfortable, they kept the ball more. But CPU came out with it, and I mean, goals win games.
Right. You can be the best team in midfield, but it's all what you do inside of the offensive zone. Here's King. Ball deflected up. And batted out. And will roll right to the post. It stays in play. And now we get a late whistle. Free kick here from King down near the corner. She'll play it to Gervas. Gervas open, will blast it towards the net. And Defoe able to see it as there wasn't very much traffic out in front.
Defoe's got to try and stay on her feet then, just bring that ball into her stomach, and then she can get to the top of the box and deliver quickly.
Weideman with a quick blast, but handled by Vandahar. 8:25 to play.
You've got to give CPU credit. They've done very well to come this far as the 6th seed.
When you think about it, when we released that statistic here at the beginning of the ball game about Davenport Assumption only allowing 3 shots on goal, this is their 4th game of the week. A lot of people looked at us and said shazoinks, but actually we can see why after watching this Class 1A state title game.
When you said 3 shots, I thought you meant 3 goals. And when it was just 3 shots, I couldn't believe it.
We had our Scooby-Doo moment of the day. So here we go, a substitute coming into the couple of them with Davenport Assumption. Checking in for the first time is Kaylee Schreiber. Liz Bentley also back in for Assumption, and for Center Point-Urbana, they'll be bringing in Blazy Whitehead, and also Allison Woolridge will check back in. Anything is possible here. We saw that yesterday with Union in the 2A game. But you can hear the train coming down the tracks. That's Davenport Assumption trying to win their 8th state championship, and in prime form to do so.
CPU are just soaking up pressure here with close to 8 players in the box defending. 3-0 down.
Herrig got defensive trying to guard that ball. Now the blast from deep, and it's going to be deflected out by Dufault, and we'll have a corner kick coming up.
Davenport Assumption players are just lining up to take shots. Everybody's getting involved. They all want a piece of this.
There's that train going down the tracks here. Great setting here at Cownie Soccer Park. And in Assumption starting to clear out their bench a little bit. Anna Postle checking in for the first time. Ellie Ivanek into the game too as well. I want to thank her dad, Pete, for helping out. Giving us a lot of great information about this Assumption team. Coming up next, though, the 2A title game, Lewis Central and Union. And what's expected to be very good and a lot of action. Fenley goes down the far sideline. Kelly will roll it towards the middle. Up to Ivanek. That's off of her head. And this one's towards the net, and it hits the back wall, or side wall, over on that far post.
Yeah, CPU just can't seem to clear their lines. They clear, and the ball comes straight back at them.
Molly Gervais will now come back in.
All right.
She'll come in to spell Sully Kelly. So Gervais with a little bit of a breather. Think about that, 4 games here this week, and having to do it in the heat and humidity. The players appear to be holding up, though, really well today.
Yeah, they do. Davenport Assumption players look like they're playing the first game of the week, to be honest with you. I mean, they look fresh. They don't look like they're tired. I guess it's with all the athletes in the team and the multiple sports that they play. CPU do look tired, though.
Trying to change the momentum of the game in the second half. All-out effort. Here's Catcher. Coming back, and there are 5 white jerseys as she tries to drive it deep. And it's going to be taken away along that far sideline. And now we have a whistle. It'll be a free kick coming up for Center Point-Urbana over along that far sideline.
Thank you.
Foul whistled on Annie Argo.
Stay on the line, lady. Good spot.
Frankly, the defenders here in the second half for Assumption, they haven't been that busy.
No, they haven't. They've had a great view of the game in front of them. As the cross comes in, just goes into the side netting. Yeah, but they've had a great view of the game. They've kept it steady at the back. And what's great is they've been able to play the ball around the back.
Libby Lansing will now come back in, or Lansing, excuse me. She will come in for Anna Postle. Also, Mercedes Povemacher is into the game for Center Point-Urbana. Her first action here with 3:15 to play. This game appears to be in hand with 3 minutes to play.
Sounds good.
And both teams using their benches. Assumption with another throw in here.
Sub, please.
And more subs will come in. Quickly running back into the game, going to be Callista Feasley for center Point-Urbana. Here's Gervais. It's a matter of keep away here for Assumption for the last 2:15.
Go black.
That's all they need to do at this point, BJ, is just keep the ball. They don't need to score any more goals. 2 minutes left. Just keep it. Let the ball do the moving. Let the opposition do the shifting. And then it's a matter of formality.
And the all-tournament team honors will be passed out. A lot of goals scored here this week by Davenport Assumption as Gervais had it taken away. Now we do have a whistle as Moorhead got physical with Gervais.
Just a little niggling. Gervais took that well, though. Looks like she rode the tackle. Just looking for the free kick.
And she gets one deep. From the midfield line, we'll send it in, and it's going to be hauled in by Dufault. 1:20 to play. And Dufault tries to run it ahead with the roll. Quickly tracked down from the back by Gervais. Now to King. King will get it right back. Final minute here. Davenport Assumption going to go 8-0 all time in state championship games.
Looked like a free kick to me, although King did look for it.
And this one's going to be rolled out. You got a feeling Molly Gervais will be on the all-tournament team, but will she be named tournament team captain? Carly King also will be amongst that group.
Deservedly so.
Livy Lansing with 4 goals here in the state tournament for Davenport Assumption. Also a goal today by Sully Kelly, who got things started for the Knights. That was 8 minutes into this one. And so that looks to wrap it up. Davenport Assumption now 8-0 all time in state championship games. They get it done. Your Class 1A state champion, Davenport Assumption Knights. What a run again by the Knights. And a lot of underclassmen. They're only going to get better. For center Point-Urbana, they just lose a couple of seniors too as well. So you got a feeling these two teams are going to make reservations here for Des Moines coming up next June as well. That's your 3A final. What impressed you most about Davenport Assumption here today?
Just how they kept the ball and the pace up front. I thought they were fantastic going forward. They played penetrative balls in between the lines. They got in behind CPU's back line. So I thought that part of it, they were fantastic. They scored the 3 goals. They're an exciting team going forward, and they've got enough creativity in the final third. CPU, give them credit. They're going to be here next year. They only lose 3 seniors, so they've got some exciting stuff to offer coming in next year. I just feel that today they just weren't good enough to beat Davenport Assumption, but they do have the ability and potential to come back here next year and challenge.
So Davenport Assumption winning the Class 1A state championship as they knock down center Point-Urbana. Time now to go to Al Hinton for the championship awards.
Iowa High School Soccer Coaches Association.
Here is your 2017 Class 1A all-tournament team selected by the Iowa High School Soccer Coaches Association. Goalkeeper from Assumption is Anna Vonderhaar.
Your goalkeeper from Assumption is Anna Vonderhaar. From Center Point-Urbana, Alexa Collar. From North Polk, Joy Smith. From North Polk, Emily Larson. From Denver, Johnny Hill. From Nevada, Abby Stevenson. From Nevada, Kaylee Krushwitz. From Davenport Assumption, Carly King. From Center Point-Urbana, IGHSAU. From Davenport Assumption, Bridget Poster. And your 2017 Class 1A All-Tournament Team Captain from Davenport Assumption, Molly Gervais.
So Molly Gervais, your all-tournament team captain, followed by Poster, Center Point-Urbana's Adriana Ketcher, Carly King, Nevada's Kaylee Krushwitz, and Abby Stevenson, Denver's Johnny Hill, Emily Larson of North Polk, and Joy Smith, also from Center Point-Urbana, Alexa Collar, and Anna Vandahar from Assumption, all part of the all-tournament team here in Class 1A. So the individual all-tournament team honors passed out. Time now for the trophy presentation.
And now for the trophy presentation. In addition to receiving plaques, each player will receive a commemorative soccer ball provided by Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Ladies and gentlemen, the Class 1A runner-up, Center Point-Urbana, and head coaches Todd Mitchell and Rich Plant. And your 2017 Class 1A state champions, the Knights from Davenport Assumption, and head coach Elizabeth Moss.
Davenport Assumption celebrating as they win the Class 1A state title with a 3-0 victory over Center Point-Urbana. What a game there by the Knights again. Their defense created their offense.
Well, it was going to take a lot to beat Davenport Assumption, not just today, but throughout the year, because they were just a fantastic collective unit throughout, especially going forward. Credit goes to CPU. They didn't give up. They just couldn't break the line. But they didn't give up, and they'll be back next year.
So again, our final score here in the 1A title game. First of 3 championships handed out today goes to Davenport Assumption as they knock down Center Point-Urbana in the heat, humidity, and the win 3-0. Coming up next, we've got the Class 2A state championship game. A dandy, so stay tuned as Union takes on Lewis Central, who's trying to go back-to-back. We'll have that when we return here from Cownie Soccer Park in Des Moines, as you've been watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Girls State Soccer Championships here on Iowa Public Television.
The Iowa Girls High School Soccer Championships is provided by The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Fairway, along with Nabisco, Frito-Lay, and Sara Lee, is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Soccer Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.